All right, if you work at a desk, you know the feeling all too well, that nagging, persistent ache in your lower back. In this explainer, we're going to dive into 5 essential pieces of ergonomic gear designed to fight that pain and win. Let's get right into it.
I mean, it's an almost universal story for anyone with a desk job, right? You get to work feeling great, but by 3 p.m., you've got this gnawing stiffness in your spine, your shoulders are tense. It seriously feels like your entire workspace is conspiring against you. And that really gets to the heart of what's going on here, what a lot of people are calling the office back pain epidemic. The thing is, our bodies were built to move, but our jobs often lock us into these static, unchanging positions for hours and hours, creating a kind of strain we were just never designed to handle.
Think about it. When you're sitting for that long, you're putting this constant, weird pressure on your entire posterior chain. Everything from your neck, down your spine, all the way to your hamstrings. It squishes your spinal discs and makes your hips super tight. But here's the good news. We're about to show you exactly how to build a workspace that actually supports you instead of breaking you down. So, where do you even start? Well, we're going to build from the ground up, starting with your ergonomic foundation. These first 2 items are the heavy hitters. They're the investments that are going to give you the biggest, most immediate bang for your buck when it comes to comfort. First up, the Ergonomic Mesh Office Chair. You got to think of this as your body's command center for the workday. It's got a breathable mesh back so you're not sweating through your shirt, adjustable lumbar support that keeps that natural curve in your lower back, and these awesome 3D armrests that take all that strain off your shoulders and neck. Say goodbye to that upper back tension.
So, what's the deal with this chair? Well, on the pro side, you're getting amazing spinal support. It's built like a tank, and it offers real, genuine comfort for those long workdays. The only real downside noted is that, yeah, assembly can take a bit of time. But honestly, that's a pretty small price to pay for this level of support.
And that quality is reflected in its expert rating, a fantastic 4.6 out of 5. That score really confirms its place as a top-tier solution for getting that full-body ergonomic support you need. A great chair is, well, it's great. But it brings up a really important question. What if the real villain here is the active sitting itself for hours on end? And that's where our second foundational piece of kit comes into play, the height-adjustable standing desk converter. Now, this isn't about throwing out your desk. It's about turning the desk you already have into a dynamic, active workstation. Look, the real game changer here is one word: movement. A converter lets you switch from sitting to standing without any hassle. This promotes movement in your spine and breaks up that stiff, stressful posture. It forces you to re-engage your core and leg muscles. It's also super easy to set up, and it's sturdy enough for 2 monitors. Just, make sure you've got enough room on your desk for it.
And would you look at that? Another exceptional rating. A 4.6 out of 5, a perfect match for the ergonomic chair. This really cements its status as a foundational, absolutely essential tool for anyone who works at a desk.
Okay, so we have our foundation. Now it's time to fine-tune things with some more affordable, super specialized solutions. This next part is all about targeted cushion support. We've got 2 cushions here, and they do 2 very different things. First, the lumbar support cushion is all about maintaining that natural curve in your lower back to stop you from slouching, which is a major cause of disc pressure. Then you've got the orthopedic seat cushion. Its whole job is to take the pressure off your tailbone and hips, and it does that with a special U-shaped cutout. The lumbar cushion is awesome because it's portable, it's affordable, and people report a really noticeable relief from things like sciatica and general lower back pain. It's a simple fix that's surprisingly effective. Just a heads up, it does work best on chairs that have a relatively flat back. And its effectiveness is clear from its rating, a very, very strong 4.4 out of 5. Okay, now for the seat cushion. You know that sharp pressure point you feel right on your tailbone after a couple of hours? This is made for that. That U-shaped cutout is specifically designed to give your coccyx some breathing room, so it basically just floats there without any direct pressure. One small thing to note is it will raise you up a tiny bit in your seat, but that's usually a pretty easy adjustment to make. And this little cushion scores a really impressive 4.5 out of 5, which just goes to show how valuable it is for targeting that specific tailbone and hip pain. All right, we've got one final piece to our ergonomic puzzle, and honestly, it's a secret weapon that so many people miss. It's time to talk about the overlooked footrest. Now, I know what you're thinking. My feet? But my back is what hurts. Well, guess what? It's all connected. Propping your feet up on a footrest actually improves your circulation and, crucially, helps align your hips correctly.
This encourages your pelvis to stay in a neutral position, which takes pressure directly off your lower back and cuts down on leg fatigue. A few users might find it a bit soft, but for most, it's just pure comfort. And it pulls in a solid 4.3 out of 5 rating, which proves that this small, often forgotten addition can make a surprisingly huge difference in your overall posture and comfort. Okay, that's our 5 key tools. Now let's bring it all home and put this together into a simple, actionable plan. Let's talk about your ergonomic strategy. So how do you know where to start? It's actually a pretty simple 2-step approach. Step 1. If you're looking for a complete overhaul and you want the biggest impact right away, you start with the foundation. That's the ergonomic chair and the standing desk converter. Step 2. If you want to target specific pain points or you're working with a smaller budget, start by adding the cushions and the footrests to the setup you already have. And that really brings us to a final thought. We are constantly upgrading our technology, right? Our computers, our phones, all the tools we use to do our jobs. So the real question is, isn't it finally time to upgrade the single most important tool of all, the one that supports your actual body all day long? Your health and your comfort are absolutely worth it.